Game number 5 is getting underway right now in this 5th and final deciding game in this match.
Powder's a pretty sweet guy too, man. Just watching him during his matches, juking and jiving, enjoying himself, listening to music. Love seeing that from players.
Show finally gets the absolute better of Powder in this one. This is a dangerous matchup for Rogue.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous matchup for Rogue. Anytime they start getting a lot of armor, it's really hard for you to push forward, and a lot of your removal spells don't match up amazingly well in this game.
Yeah, he has to find a way to get a big Blade Flurry to kill a full commitment from Show in this game. But his hand is looking so fantastic. He's got Fiery War Axe to deal with the early threats. He's got Gnomish Inventor to help pick up some extra cards, and he's got Emperor Thaurissan to accelerate his curve.
Yeah, I gotta believe this queue up from Powder was, in his mind, he's trying to get Show here. If he's gonna play one of these aggressive decks, gonna play something like Hunter, he's gonna pick him off here with this deck. This is the one he didn't want.
Yeah, even against Hunter, I mean, at times, if he Show comes out swinging and say he's got Wolf Riders and Arcane Golems in his deck as a sort of a switch up, that could be a bad situation for Powder.
Yeah, it could be a really bad one, you're right. But, we haven't seen that too much from Show in this match. So I do like this queue up from Powder. He just kind of ran into what could be, his worst one from Show.
Yeah, we're going to find out exactly if he can take advantage of this game. Preparation's a good draw. It's one of the most powerful plays you can have in this deck is something like turn 4 Violet Teacher, Preparation, Sap. And that's exactly what he has.
Yeah, doing something like that gets you a lot of tempo back in the game and kind of puts you forward. The problem is, it's kind of a liability sometimes to put a bunch of 1/1s onto the board against this deck.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the fact that Show has just set this Fiery War Axe really showing you the considerations he has for his curve right now. Wants to be able to get on board and deny Powder the development as well.
Yeah, you're also going to see him hold onto this coin, most likely coining out this Emperor Thaurissan later because, making things like Whirlwind cost 0 and Gnomish Inventor costs a little bit less. It allows him to get through his deck quicker and then combo off even a turn sooner.
Yep, so Powder going to take this one slow as well. Doesn't want to put his 3/3s in the way of danger of Fiery War Axe. Wants Show to have to inefficiently use this, but with Acolyte of Pain on board, it's looking like such a good, strong turn from him. I mean, how does Powder actually deal with this without a Deadly Poison in this spot, and even at the Enrage being added behind this?
Yeah, love this play from Show. It's putting Powder in kind of a bad spot, and there's actually something to be said last turn about Powder not attacking Show and damaging him, just daring him to do anything like armor up, because if he damages him, it turns on Battle Rage that much more in this game.
Yeah, I think the points of damage matter so much more, though. He's looking to race in this situation and try to get Show in a lethal position, and so every point really matters in that sense. And now that he's drawn this sprint, his game plan has changed a lot. He's going to go ahead and go with this sprint this turn, fill up his hand with 9 cards.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play the long game, Powder's going to be okay with this. He's going to draw a million cards here and get a full hand and try to play the game from here.
Yeah, things not looking the best for him, though. Show's hand is just so strong in this position. You're going to add Gnomish Inventor behind this, and Powder's got to do stuff about answering this board position. He understands, though, that his game plan is largely hinging on something like Blade Flurry. Has to get a big board sweep in this one, or frankly, just he cannot control everything that Show's going to do.
Yeah, he's actually the control deck in this matchup. He has to play a pseudo-control matchup where even if Show goes off, he has to have a gigantic Blade Flurry to clean the board and to get a bunch of damage in.
Yeah, and at the same time has to balance the amount of damage that he's dealing because he has to put Show in a position where he's fearing lethal damage from Powder at every step of the way. And now with 10 cards in his hand, a world of options with him, but he doesn't have a lot of tempo plays after this. He's lost his preparation last turn, doesn't have backstab in this hand. How does he play this turn perfectly?
Yeah, I mean, if he wants to use all of his mana, he has a couple options. Does he do something like Sap plus Earthen Ring Farseer, but then that just runs right into the weapon from Show going forward? This is a good, decent tempo play from him, but it's not really getting him forward in this game. It's just slowing Show down a little bit.
Yeah, and after he sees Emperor Thaurissan, not going to be happy about the fact that he's been in this position. So SI7 Agent is going to take out this this Acolyte of Pain, but it's just giving Show another card. This is looking like a beautiful Emperor turn from him.
Yeah, pretty simple turn here for Show. Attack the SI7 Agent with his weapon here, get the Emperor in play, and just go off from there.
He's got the full 10 cards in his hand right now. He's going to be getting 8 points of mana off this Emperor Thaurissan. This is when disaster strikes.
Yeah, we talked about Ostkaka holding on to that Emperor because his hand didn't need it. This hand needs it.
Oh, yeah, 100%. This is just unlocking a world of potential for Show. He picks up a Warsong Commander. Suddenly, he's looking unbeatable in this game.
Yeah, Phantom Knives not going to be amazing here for Powder. It does get him deeper into his deck if he wants, but he needs to start doing big plays here, answer this Emperor, and start to get damage in on Show as soon as possible.
He actually doesn't have a way to answer the Emperor this turn. I mean, this could easily spell just the end of the game. He needs Eviscerator Sap right now.
Yeah, and you're going to see him not pick up either one of them. He's going to play a big Van Cliff here, but the thing is, when Sho sees this and sees that you don't answer, you're going to see a big push from him this turn, I think.
Yeah, this is going to come close to spell in the end here, I think, for Powder. Is going to commit to this board and does play a little bit into Blade Flurry, but you know, Warsong Commander is the card he's looking. If Sho finds Warsong Commander, this game has ended.
Yeah, at this point, he actually doesn't care what Powder does anymore as long as he doesn't die. All he needs is Warsong Commander, and this game is just over.
Look at his hand right now. His hand costs 3 mana.
He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards, 3 mana.
Yeah, just why not? Blade Flurry gets picked up, but no way to actually activate it. Sho's going to have a 3rd activation if he wants. I mean, this, if he draws Warsong Commander here, it's over. 2 cards in his deck give him lethal damage outright.
Yeah, Grim Patron just going to be able to get a lot of value here, too. He's going to be able to get another 3/3 here, taking out this Azure Drake with his Deathbite.
Yeah, I think he's going to add Armor Smith to this, too. You know, if he wants to take some extra damage here, he's putting a little bit of pressure on his life total at this point. I don't think he's necessarily concerned with the burst next turn, but he can start building towards a life total that puts him out of reach.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's going to have to worry about his life total going forward from here. If he gets a little bit too low, he starts to open outs for Powder going forward. He doesn't want that to happen.
Yeah, he doesn't necessarily need to use his life total here as well. He could just Cruel Taskmaster his Gnomish Inventor.
Yeah, and I like using Battle Rage here because what if he picks up a Warsong Commander here?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Play to maximize your outs. You don't need, I don't think, that many more cards. You have such a dominating board position. How do you lose?
Yeah, and his mana just works out perfectly here, too, because, you know, thanks to Thorson.
You're welcome.
It's like that rich uncle you have that always brings you the best birthday present.
Mine always brings me like a sweater, you know, like a P.F. Chang's gift card or something weird.
P.F. Chang's gift card. But I like sweaters. I like clothes. It's nice. I don't have to buy them myself.
No, it makes one of us. So it's just great stuff from Sho here. I mean, what can he do that goes wrong? It's just everything he has looks beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks so great this turn. This Emperor triggering so many times. I mean, look at the cost of all the cards in his hand. He gets to do whatever he wants any turn going forward from here.
Yeah. He's gotten like, was it 10 damage out of the Emperor too? I mean, you can't beat this kind of, if you don't have the right tools to answer it, you just have lost the game. He's able to sweep the board this turn, but he's just looking at too much coming from Sho over the next few turns. I mean, Sho's up to 31 again. I don't see this game ever being in his favor again.
Yeah, still looking for that Warsong Commander just to be able to put a lot of pressure on the board on the next turn as well. But again, he's got just so much action behind this. It's going to be really hard for Powder to stay in this game.
Yeah, anytime he draws Warsong Commander, it's going to be lethal too. So if he picks it up right here, the game has ended. And every single turn that this kind of game continues as well, it's just more pressure that's going to be added onto Powder to get things done. I mean, look at this Inner Rage even able to just add more Grim Patrons to the board. Powder's going to need a 2nd Blade Flurry to get this done.
Yeah, he's going to cast this Whirlwind. He's going to play this Whirlwind here, taking care of this Blood Mage Thanos and filling up his board yet again, forcing Powder to have another Blade Flurry. He's also going to get him 4 damage with his Deathbite to put Powder down to 6, so he kind of cuts his weapon outs from here as well.
Yeah, we've seen this happen with so many games too. You know, if someone forces a game number 5, and then in the 5th game, one player just looks so decisive in their ability to end the game. There's no way he's dealing 28 damage before Sho deals 6.
Yeah, unbelievable here too. Powder consistently having 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in his hand over the last 5 and 6 turns, and just never having what he needs to stay in this game. Just some pretty bad luck.
Yeah, I mean, because bad luck, but at the same time, Sho's just playing this hand beautifully.
Yeah, Sho's played this game great, but not being able to answer the Emperor Thorson was just backbreaking for Powder.
Yeah, he did sap though. I mean, he used sap on an Acolyte of Pain, or I'm sorry, on a Gnomish Inventor.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't necessarily have to do that. He was trying to buy tempo with it, and Sho punished him for that.
Yeah, you know, you had to love seeing that sap from him if you're on the Sho side of the board, and then seeing no answer behind that. The Emperor Thorson triggered 3 separate times, making all these cards so cheap, just too much for Powder to be able to handle.
Like, he can't even afford to take damage at this point. He's got to eviscerate at 5-1 in this spot. Is it 14? So he's facing down 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, the Cruel Taskmaster is set up to end it. He doesn't even need Warsong Commander anymore. And Sho such a decisive game number 5 from him. Whoa! Did he? He's not looking at Cruel Task. Okay, he's just using the Deathbite first to pick up the extra cards. I was like, whoa, Sho!
Slow down a little bit.
Calm down a little bit. You know, actually, he can't Cruel Taskmaster. His board's filled up now. He can't Cruel Taskmaster. Sho actually missed lethal this turn because of that.
Well, he can slam his own guy. Well,
he can't slam to clear his own board after he's attacked. That is something he can do, and he spots it right now. He's like, my board's filled up.
Yeah, he can slam his Acolyte of Pain here though.
he could just attack for 3, slam his own Grim Patron. But you could tell he picked it up right towards the end. He's like, oh, wait a minute.
Maybe a little bit of, just playing a little too fast.
Honestly,
we
fortunate draw.
We saw this from Powder yesterday as well. He did the same thing. He played a little too fast. His, though, was game costing.
Yeah, that could have potentially been game costing. Say Powder picks up another Blade Flurry there, and then Show never actually finds a worse on command. He's got to be careful about that. I mean, that is a major sequence of error.